Oftentimes I think we all think, men around from her past, some dude on Facebook or, some connection on Snapchat or whatever else. But like the ultimate version of keeping men around from her past is like dating a single mom. Because, it doesn't get any worse than that. I've done it. It's stupid, but you're basically not only dealing with some dude from her past, you have like his seed that you're taking care of,
Mhm.
right? And the dude also has extreme significant power over your life. You have to schedule around his schedule and this and that. And maybe if they're busing the kids back and forth, you get to see him 3 times a week. And it's like, bro, like it gets really, really, really annoying. I got into that kind of.
We'll get to single mom soon. That's the 12th red flag, but we'll deal with that in a couple weeks.
Okay, yeah, you separate and a separate, but I think they're kind of related because it's just like that is the ultimate, um,
It's not
you know, co-
ideal. Let's just put it that way.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
As far as poor with money, could I just also like share an example?
real quick. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the lady I ended up marrying, she I helped put her through college, paid and for some tuition and whatnot. We were married, so it was all cool. But then she would proceed to take out like student loan debt, like at interest, not just like grants or whatever, but
Mhm.
student loan debt against my kind of wishes. I didn't really have a say in it. I'd be like, yo, no, don't take that money. We can make do or whatever. But she would rather take the free money instead of getting like a part-time job or something like that I was asking her to do. And she had this like crazy affinity for shopping at Bed Bath and Beyond. And she
Shocking.
would always come back with some like new product or whatever, or these candles or something that are 10 and 15 and 20. I'm just like, we
Who ended up paying
had
for
a.
all that, Andy?
Yeah, yeah, exactly, man. Like the closet was full of stuff that she wasn't even using. I calculated it, it was probably like a grand or more back in like, serious dollar money, 15 years ago or whenever it was. And I was like, what, why do we even have this? And so I actually tracked everything and I built a budget. And in this budget, we like paid for everything that had to be paid out of my money, mostly. And for each one of us, after all bills and kids and daycares and whatever's paid off, for each one of us, we had an equal allowance, right? And I think that was pretty fair. It's for incidentals, things like that, the
Mhm.
shampoos and whatever's. And that was outside of her. I'm sorry, I'm getting into too much detail, but it was outside of her feminine needs. So just the shampoos and whatever's. And then later on, after I made the mistake of announcing to her that I wanted a divorce, big mistake, don't do that, talk to lawyers first. She like kind of proceeded to accuse me of like financial abuse because I freaking had a budget, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it was like so ridiculous. So anyway, the good thing about divorcing in the US, and I think mostly that all the judges stick the student debt, it's like personal debt. So at least in my case here in Minnesota, the judge didn't even look at that. It was not even a consideration that I was going to be liable for any of that debt. So that was, I guess, a good thing. But I mean, I still had to buy her out of the house and all that nonsense that only I paid for. So it was just like, uh, oh God, years and years, if not days. If you get involved with a
And
single mom or the
all of
wrong
these
one,
things that you're expressing grievance for, Andy, again, guys, I pointed this out at the start of the show. They can be avoided in the selection process when you're vetting, when she comes to you and says, where do we stand? Where is this going? That's when you look at the red flags. And when you have optionality and you have better optionality, you don't invite chaos into your life. So the exact stories that Andy's sharing with these 3 examples tonight, proofs in the pudding.
exactly, guys. You get her wrong with the wrong woman and have kids with her, think 20 to life. 20 to
Yeah.
life. It's a sentence, like where you're at. I love my kids, and that's great. So, from a utilitarian perspective, I guess it was awesome to have the relationship and everything. But otherwise, yeah, listen to what Rich says and Moff here.
Thanks,
It's
Andy.
it's tough.
We're going to grab the next caller. Thanks for chiming
Right
in.
on, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, let's see what Anthony's got for us here. Anthony with the Maserati. Anthony, you're muted. You got to take yourself off mute, bud.
Hello, gentlemen. How you doing?
Good. What do you got
What's up,
for
bro?
us?
I'm just loving the show, dude. Great advice. Moff, I'm telling you, man, I'm from New York. You went through what everybody goes through every time they're in a relationship down here. It's
What part of New
only
York are you from? I can hear it in your voice, man. It's awesome.
I'm
It
from
reminds me of being home. You're from where?
I'm from Staten Island.
Oh yeah, right on.
So you know it's like Staten Italy over here.
Yeah, totally.
Funny though, but you know what? Everybody over here looks like Muppets. They're all getting the same injections. They all look like their noses are touching their lips. Their butts are out like crazy. Their stomachs touching their back from Ozempic. It's crazy out here.
Yeah.
I just think that you guys are giving solid advice. Keep up the good work, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, Anthony. Thanks, man.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Cheers. All right, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.